Let's get reaction from royal and political commentator live from the United States, Hilary Fordwich. Hilary, what's your reading of Donald Trump's body language in that speech you've just heard?
Well, I think pleasure to be back with you again, Mark. I think he has a renewed calmness, though, about him. I noticed that when, of course, he spoke right after the event. I think that he now has this degree of just a calmness, which is an appreciation. I think that appreciation he verbalized right there in terms of those that have lost their lives. But that's what I think you're seeing. You're seeing an appreciation for his crowds. And the number one thing that he really said moved him was the fact that no one ran and no one left that site. No one left Butler, Pennsylvania. I think that's the difference you're seeing, this new sense of calm about him. And I think that will appeal to more independent voters because it was his sort of braggadocious nature which alienated them. But some sort of updated news for the audience. Yesterday, 4 more Democratic senators came out asking Biden to resign. So now that makes 30 Democrats. And so he has now lost the House, the support of the House. Biden has lost the support of the House. And people really underestimate the fact that this is a 3-way race. It's not just the presidential election, of course. It's about the House and the Senate. It's all about all those down races, all those Democrats that would run normally on the coattails of an incumbent president. They are concerned about their position.
Hilary, if Joe Biden were to withdraw from the race for the White House in November, would that be a political banana skin for Donald Trump, or is his momentum now unstoppable?
Well, like all things, Mark, certainty is better than uncertainty, no matter what it is, right? When you know what you have. It is obviously, the fear of the unknown. I will say that we know, obviously, what a weak candidate Biden is, but also the other people that they're even looking at or considering have their own sort of slippery slopes too. For example, let me just give you one example. Many people raise the issue of Governor Newsom, but under his watch, in all of Californian history, the population has decreased. People are leaving his state. And I actually live in the state of Maryland. And in Maryland, Governor Martin O'Malley ran for a presidential bid, and he was asked and stumped, and this is what knocked him out, when somebody asked him, why are 1 million Marylanders leaving your state every year? And obviously it's due to the fact that it's a democratic, socialist state of Maryland, all the taxes, and he couldn't answer it. So that would sink Newsom immediately. So there's so many things that could sink so many people. But directly to answer your question, I think the certainty is always better known. There are obviously many variables in terms of whoever else it would be, but they only have 4 weeks until Chicago. So it is basically looking very likely they're going to announce something soon, maybe as soon as Monday.
You think that it could be announced on Monday that Joe Biden is withdrawing for the race for the White House in November?
I'm not predicting it. I'm saying it has to be soon.
Could happen.
Yes, because they need time.
And briefly, so that's an extraordinary development that potentially Biden could stand down from the race, withdraw from the race as early as Monday of next week. Briefly, if he were to withdraw from the race, would he have to stand down as president too?
No.
OK.
Immediately. But that money, don't forget, that money, all that war chest, that $90 million war chest has to go to Kamala Harris. So she's removed from the ticket. That's something completely different.
Hilary Fordwich, I wish we had longer, but thank you so much for joining us. We'll catch up in the near future. My thanks there to royal and political commentator Hilary Fordwich.